So, you're thinking about buying your first Les Paul and you're confused by all the models because they all look the same and they should all sound the same, right? Well, there's actually very slight differences, and the fact that they keep changing what the standard Les Paul is doesn't really help. But today, I'm going to try to go through all of the Gibson USA models that are currently available. So hello everybody and welcome to a new video and welcome to my channel where we talk about everything music, from death metal to Queen and everything in between. So sadly, this year I wasn't able to go to NAMM like I really wanted to, and I was borderline depressed because of it. But I made it my goal to go to every NAMM from now on, so that kind of pulled me through. Anyway, just because of the fact that I didn't go to NAMM does not mean that I didn't keep up with it, especially when it comes to one of my favorite brands, which is Gibson. So on today's video, I'll tell you about every Gibson Les Paul model that is currently available and what makes them so special. Alright, so let's get started. Okay, so in no particular order, we started out with the Tribute. The Tribute, it's really easy to point out because of the satin finish and the fact that it comes with a maple top. It doesn't have any binding on the body, but the maple cap on the top actually looks like binding, and that's really cool. It features the 490T and 490R pickup combination, ultra modern weight relief, and as far as the neck goes, it's got what they call the rounded profile, vintage tuners, and the trapezoid inlays. There's no coil tap on the guitar, and they do make it for lefties. It comes in a soft shell case. Next up is the Les Paul Studio. Now the Les Paul Studio actually comes with a hotter pickup on the treble, so it's a 498T and 490R configuration as far as the pickups go, and it does come with a glossy finish. That brings the price up a bit. It does come with a maple top, but no binding on it either. This guitar also has the ultra modern weight relief, and as far as the neck goes, it features the trapezoid inlays, Grover tuners, and a slim taper neck, which is a little bit thinner. I actually like that neck a lot. This guitar does feature coil tap, and it comes in a soft shell case too. You can find this guitar in a lefty as well. Next, we have the Les Paul Jr. From here on out, every guitar is going to have a hard shell case, unless noted. There's one more guitar with a soft shell case, but that's going to be like way down the line. Now, the Les Paul Jr. is very easy to identify because of the fact that it's got one P90 pickup. That's it. The body itself is just a slab of mahogany. There's no maple top to it. There's no binding, and it's just a very simple guitar. You get a vintage 50s neck, vintage Deluxe tuners, and dot inlays. And because of the fact that it's just a thin slab of wood, it doesn't really need to be weight relieved, and the electronics are very simple. No coil tap, just the one P90. That's it. And of course, like I said before, it comes in a hard shell case. Now, the Les Paul Special guitar is basically the same guitar as the Les Paul Jr., except for the fact that it features two P90s as opposed to one. And I think I forgot to mention this, but they're actually gloss finishes, not satin. Okay, so that now takes us to the Les Paul Classic. The Les Paul Classic is a really cool guitar. It starts to look more like a Les Paul standard guitar. As far as the body goes, you actually get the full-on Les Paul body. You do get a maple top, but it's always plain. It's got the classic 9-hole weight relief, and of course, the glossy finish. Now, as far as the neck goes, you get the slim tapered neck profile, trapezoid inlays, and Grover tuners. And as far as the pickups go, you get two 60s Burst Bucker Zebra pickups on it. No coil taps on this guitar, and you do get a hard shell case with it. They don't make this on a lefty for some reason. Now, we finally get to the standards, and this is where most people get confused. As far as the standards go today, we have 50s standards and 60s standards. The standard 50s model is the closest thing to what the Les Paul standard traditional model used to be. But now you get more options. As far as the body goes, you can actually get it in a satin finish or glossy finish. You can also get it with a plain top or a flame top, and of course you get a bound body. And you can get this guitar with a Burst Bucker 1 and 2 configuration or two P90s if you want to. Either way, there's not going to be a coil tap on it. There's no weight relief on this model. And as far as the neck goes, you get a slim taper neck with trapezoid inlays. Now for this guy, you actually get the vintage Deluxe tuners, and of course it comes in a hard shell case. And for my lefty friends out there, you can actually get this guitar in a lefty. Now, as far as the Les Paul Standards 60s go, this is the closest guitar to the Les Paul Classic. The main difference is that you can actually get it in a glossy finish or a faded finish, and of course you can get the plain top just like on the Classic, or the figure top, which tends to look better, but it's also a little bit more modern. Now, as far as the electronics go, they are basically the same. You get the same 60s Burst Buckers, you get no coil tap, and as far as the neck goes, it's also the same. You get the slim taper neck profile, the trapezoid inlays, and the Grover tuners. Now, with the 70s Deluxe Les Paul, you actually do get a little bit more of a different guitar. As far as the body goes, it's not weight relieved, you do get a maple top, you do get the binding, and it's only available in a glossy finish. But as far as the neck goes, you do get the trapezoid inlays, but you get more of a rounded C neck profile, which is basically an in-between hybrid between the vintage 50s neck and the 60s slim taper neck. On this guy, you get vintage tuners, but the big surprise is when it comes to the electronics, because you get the mini humbuckers instead of the regular full-size humbuckers. There's no coil tab on this, and they don't make it on a lefty. It does come with a hard shell case though. Now we finally get to some of the more modern models out there, starting out with a Les Paul modern guitar. As far as the body goes, you get a very modern looking body. It's got the ultra modern weight relief, and it's got a AAA maple top, which looks awesome. Now you can actually get the modern in a glossy or faded finish, and as far as the neck goes, you get the trapezoid inlays, and you get an asymmetrical slim tapered neck profile, and you get locking Grover tuners. Now as far as the pickups go, you actually get the Burst Bucker Pro and Burst Bucker Pro Plus, and you get a lot of push-pull knobs. You can coil tap each pickup, bypass the preamp, or make it go out of phase. This guitar of course comes in a hard shell case, and they do make it for lefties. And thus, we get to the newest addition to the Gibson Les Paul family, the new guitar they actually just announced at NAMM 2024, and this is the Modern Light Les Paul guitar. This one comes in a satin finish, and as far as the body goes, it's actually a little bit slimmer. It's a little bit thinner, so there's no weight relief needed. Which takes us to the neck. This guitar was meant to be a modern guitar by keeping the cost down, so as far as the neck goes, you actually get dot inlays as opposed to the trapezoids. You get a slim taper neck and Grover Mini tuning keys. And on this particular model, you actually get a matching headstock, which is really uncommon on Les Paul guitars. Now, as far as the pickups go, you get the 490AT and 490R configuration, and no coil tap whatsoever. This guitar actually comes with a case, but it's a soft shell case, and as far as we know, they don't make it in a lefty. Okay, so really quickly, after I finished recording the video, I found out that there's one more guitar that they introduced that wasn't available on the website for some reason, and that is the Les Paul Modern Studio. This guitar is obviously a blend between the Les Paul Studio and the Les Paul Modern. You get all of the same features as you do on the Les Paul Studio. Mahogany body and neck, maple top, no binding. But then as far as the neck goes, we actually get that big difference between the Studio and the Studio Modern, and that is that modern contour heel where the neck meets the body. You also get a compound radius neck, an ebony fretboard, and of course the trapezoid inlays. As far as the tuning keys go, you actually get the Grover Rotomatic with the keystone buttons. And as far as the electronics go, you get the 498T for the bridge pickup and the 490R for the rhythm pickup, the neck. And on this model, all four knobs are push-pulls, and they are coil taps for each pickup, in and out of phase, and true bypass for the whole thing. This guitar does come with a soft case, but they don't make it for lefties.
And now back to your regularly scheduled program.
And this takes us to the last Les Paul in the Gibson USA family. This is my favorite Les Paul on the bunch, and I'm really happy that they actually brought it back, because they stopped making it for a while. Now, it's very surprising to see that this guitar actually belongs to the Gibson USA family of guitars, because it really looks like a Gibson custom guitar. And this guitar is,
wait for it,
the Les Paul Supreme, my favorite guitar here. First of all, let's talk about the body. This guitar is weight relieved, but it's got a AAA maple top, which again, it's a gorgeous top. It comes in a glossy finish, and you actually get the 5-ply binding like you do on a Les Paul Custom. You get the ultra modern weight relief, and as far as ultra modern goes, look at that heel-less contour on the back. That's awesome, really comfortable for when you need to get to the higher frets. Now, as far as the neck goes, you actually get the asymmetrical slim tapered neck profile, but look at that fretboard, all ebony with the gorgeous split block inlays. And of course, you do get the Grover locking tuners with it. Now, as far as the electronic goes, you actually do get the Burst Bucker Pro and Pro Plus configuration. And with the push-pulls, you can actually coil tap, bypass, or play with the phase configuration. This guitar, of course, comes with a hard shell case, and I don't think they make it on a lefty for some reason.
Holy shit! Oh, fuck!
Anyway guys, I really hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please drop me a like if you did. Drop me a comment in the comment section down below and let me know which one of these is your favorite guitar. Which one would you like to own? Which one do you actually own? Don't forget to subscribe to this channel like a man if you haven't yet. And if we actually get enough likes and comments, I'll do a follow-up video on this and we'll talk about Gibson custom Les Paul guitars. And if you enjoyed the content or you found some value on the channel, please consider becoming a patron to the channel. A little goes a long way and we surely do appreciate it. And if you've got a minute or two, just check out one of these two videos. I'll see you guys next time. Pat out, middle on dudes.